alma mater, Duke. Afterwards, I played pickup ball with some of the Duke players while Chris Collins, who was still an assistant coach under Coach Mike Krzyzewski at the time, watched. This was my first time playing against J.J. Redick, who was one of the greatest players to ever play at Duke. J.J. and I were in separate teams in a pickup game, and I loved how as a freshman, his ego was almost as big as mine. Almost. He was fiery and competitive and reminded me very much of myself. I picked one of my best friends, Graham, who had just finished a solid career at Appalachian State, to be on my team. But JJ insisted on enforcing this unspoken rule that only Duke players have the right to play in the first game. JJ was already on his way to taking Christian Laettner's throne as the most disliked Duke player. I remember looking at him and saying, "Are you fucking kidding me? I picked Graham and he's going to play on my team. That's final." What had already slipped my mind, not even a year removed from playing college basketball, was that at Duke, rules are rules. It was not only embarrassing to get overruled by a freshman leading the way, but even more so that it happened in front of 600 campers. Whether right or wrong, I felt disrespected on a court where I had accomplished way more than anyone there at the time. So I walked Graham over to the sideline and told him, "Enjoy the show." I was angry, and I knew what was coming. The game went to 11 baskets, and I scored 9, all on JJ. I had just finished my rookie season as a pro, and it was the most up and down year I had ever had, on and off the court. Our journey wrapped in April, since we didn't make the postseason. We were 24 games out of playoff contention, and I immediately headed to the gym to work my ass off for the following season. I was determined to come back with a vengeance. I hadn't realized how much I had improved, but Chris Collins saw it right away. "Man, you've been working on your game, huh? Your game has gone to another level," he said. "You're going to dominate the league next year if you keep playing like that." The next morning, I got up to take a crack-of-dawn flight home to Chicago. When I got to my condo downtown, I threw my bags down, got undressed, and fell right into the bed for the first of 2 power naps that day. I wouldn't have bothered setting my alarm clock if I hadn't already committed to a workout at the Berto Center, as well as a meeting with my marketing agent, Kevin Bradbury. Kevin had set up a brainstorming session for us with a tech guy about my new website later that afternoon. When the alarm clock went off, I forced myself out of bed. I always found an auxiliary source of energy when it came to basketball. With Coach Collins' comments that I was going to dominate the league ringing in my ears, I was excited to head straight to the gym. The Berto Center was the Bulls' practice facility then. The place was a pantheon for many of the legendary memories from the Jordan era. There, for about 5 years, the most famous player in the world wielded his trade in the hangar-like complex, exchanging elbows and trash talk with the likes of Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr, and Dennis Rodman. The walls were covered with all kinds of championship banners, divisional, conference, world, which served as a reminder of how far off the deep end the franchise had plummeted. The workout that morning was with some of my teammates. As usual, Jamal Crawford and I went at it. Only this time, something felt different, in a good way. My legs weren't heavy like they had been the entire year. The adjustment from playing 40 games in a college season to 82 as a pro had been gruesome. I left the workout thinking this was going to be my year. It was all starting to click. I was running on fumes as I made the hour-long trip back to my place downtown. I finally got home, tossed the keys to the truck on the counter, stripped down, and crashed. As I woke up to that beautiful summer afternoon, I was even more drained than before. Within the past 24 hours, I had been in Durham playing ball, partied that night into the wee hours of the morning, caught the first flight back to O'Hare, a nap, a training session, another nap, and here we are. As much as I wanted to bail on the meeting Kevin had set up, my dad had raised me to keep my appointments, so I dragged myself out of bed again and started to get ready. My closet looked like an Adidas Foot Locker commercial. I had a multi-million-dollar deal with them, which entitled me to an unlimited allotment of apparel each year. I felt like the man, getting paid to wear their stuff. And I laugh about it today when I see what guys like Derrick Rose and James Harden get paid for endorsements. The crazy thing is that I never got a chance to wear most of the clothes because of what would take place